Hey, today's buyer isn't moving slow because they're uninterested. They're moving slow because they're overwhelmed. Rates are up. Tariffs are raising price. People are reading headlines, not vehicle brochures. So how do you help them make a smart decision today without sounding like you're trying to force the issue? It all comes down to urgency without pressure. In this training, we're breaking down exactly how to use urgency to motivate action, not manipulate decisions, especially in a market where hesitation is at an all-time high. Hey, when done right, urgency creates a number of opportunities, okay? It creates momentum in the sales process, clarity for the customer, confidence in the decision, and more opportunities for upsells. When done wrong, it sounds like high pressure sales. We avoid that like the plague. False scarcity, and then buy today or else vibes. Come on, man. Real urgency is rooted in market conditions. Like right now, the tariffs, part shortages, price shifts, inventory data, popular trim levels are disappearing. Then promotional realities, end of the month programs and rate locks. Also think about this, customer goals and problems, commutes, family, trade value. All right, there's 5 simple ways you can build real urgency. All right, keep it simple, 5. All right, number 1 is time-sensitive truths. Use what's really happening in the market and then be honest about upcoming changes in pricing, parts, rates. Know what you're talking about. Remember, I talked about subscribing to the newsletters, so that way for automotive news and car dealership guys, so that way you're constantly in the know. The second one here is inventory awareness. Point out the fast-moving units or unique availability, and then use data, not drama, right? And a way you can say this is, we had 3 of these models last week. This is the last one. I don't say that to push you. I say it because we're seeing these things move so fast that there's no guarantee that we'll even get more at the same pricing. Third one here is the leverage of the customer's own timeline. Think about the customer here, right? Mirror their urgency back to them. If they mentioned a new job, a kid on the way, or current car issues, remind them of that. The way I'd say something like this is, you told me you need something reliable for your commute starting next week. If we can lock this in today, you'll be ready before your first day. Fair enough? 4 is to use value lock framing. All right, help them understand what they're protecting by acting now. Rates, rebates, trade value, or maintenance cost increases. The way I would say something like this is, today we're getting top value for your trade and locking in a better rate. Waiting a few days, it might mean missing out on both. I'd hate to see you lose thousands over a 48-hour delay. Fair enough? And number 5 is the lead with service, not pressure. Use phrases like, here's what I'd do if I were in your shoes. Let me show you what makes the most sense right now based on what you've told me. See how those sound so much better for a customer? All right, note to self. This method is how we create urgency that feels helpful, not pushy. That's what top producers are doing right now, especially those using the 800% whole dealership solution to coach their teams on urgency, confidence, and trust. All right, let's do a little role-playing activity here. All right, I want you to pick one of the 5 urgency strategies we just talked about. Create a scenario, price going up, part back order, customer deadline. And then practice saying it with empathy and calm confidence. So an example here, customer says, I'm going to wait a few days to decide. I totally understand. Just to be transparent though, prices are shifting with tariff and parts costs, and we've already lost 1 unit in this color this week. If this is the right car for your needs, I'd recommend locking it in today while we still have it. Fair enough? All right, and here's your homework for the week. In your next 5 conversations, use 1 urgency building strategy from this training. I want you to note the response and then track whether it helped the customer move forward faster without feeling pressured. You don't have to always apply the pressure to create diamonds. Because urgency isn't about rushing people. It's about helping them realize they already have a good reason to move. And when you combine that with trust, transparency, and a smart strategy, that's how you win in a market like this one. Hey, remember, negotiating a deal is not always about pressure. It's about servicing the customer. Take care of your customer, they'll take care of you. And until next time, win the day.